Hi, Way Who Cares? Here's my review of Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. And before going into this, normally I go to what the plot is. I think most people know what the plot is. Basically, this is the story of probably the one of the biggest and fucked up serial killers in history. Jeffrey Dahmer. Basically, it's his story from how he got caught, showing his childhood, showing how he done his victims basically. So, what I thought of this, I think it's one of the best shows I've seen this year. Seriously, it is unbelievable. Again, I know some people will say, wasn't saying that it felt sick, wasn't it? Yeah, there's some scenes that you do feel sick, but sorry about that. But the thing is, there's not much guts and guts in there. Yeah, there's a couple of, like I said, there are a couple of scenes, but most of the time, this is the thing, most of the time, you feel sick of what happened, of the story itself, of there's so many steps that it could have been easy stopped. And again, from the first episode, basically, again, a bit of spoilers, the first episode is basically him getting caught. And it is a bit of fault for that episode too, but I will explain it on my narratives later on. So, basically you get caught, and from there, you go through his childhood, go through basically everything. And what I love about this is, if you're a big fan of serial killers and their story and all that stuff, and especially Jeffrey Dahmer, because there's been loads of medias of Jeffrey Dahmer in the last couple of years. And to me, this is the best way to go to inside his head, go through his life, basically. Basically, it explains everything from his childhood, from the way he kills people, the way the way he sits with his parents, and not just Jeffrey Dahmer too, the victims too. Like you see some of the backstory of the victims too, which is quite fucking sad. And also not just the victims, families and loved ones too, of the injustice they got. This is the thing too, which is the one of the biggest thing a show in this is the injustice, because you see the police fucked up. Like there's a victim who's a kid basically, basically I think it shows in episode 2 basically, and basically he escaped. And the police brought him back in basically because he thought he was a drunken boyfriend thing. Even though, what his name, the neighbour, Cleveland, I can't remember his face now, no, his name is Cleveland or something like that. That's what I picture now. Basically, she says, he's a kid, all that stuff. And the police didn't know her, brought him back in the Darwin apartment. And basically, he got killed basically of that crazy experiments he did on the victims. And the thing is, those officers got suspended after, all this came out. And the thing is, he got an award ceremony for, being cops of the year because of the abuse they got, even though they fucking deserve it because, like I said, they're fucking assholes. And at the same time, this woman who been phoning, the police, saying about this neighbour doing something fishy, the apartment stinks, all that stuff, multiple times. And the thing is, no one done nothing. And she got the award ceremony too for, standing up. But the thing is, it's nothing, it's so small, like a quaff basically, compared with the cops are, who's fucked up basically. And this is what I love. It showed that so fucking well. And that's one of the stories. There's many stories they show in this too. And it is heartbreaking that the injustice happens to the victims. And another thing I like too is, then you're watching the series, you thinking, yeah, this guy is, Dahmer is a fucking monster. He's sick. But at the same time, you feel sorry for him a bit. Again, I'm not use that as an excuse for what he did for the victims. Again, he's a fucking psychopath and he needs, the way thing ever happened to him, which it did eventually did in the end. But you see his childhood, that clearly he got problems. And again, he never got no help. Because back then, stuff like that wasn't, exist. for help that type of forms, and also the parents too. Both, I tell you, both the parents are fault in this too. Like, you got the mum who's clearly is unstable with pills and stuff like that, and she basically left his son by himself at one point. You know, basically fuck his head up. At the same time, you got the dad who's basically it's afraid of him. So he, once he found out that he got a hobby, instead of being sustained and tries to step in and try to take away, he encourages it by getting roadkill and open him up. You know what I mean? That's making him growing up, making him do that to his victims. You know what I mean? Stuff like that, and it actually showed that so well. And the thing is, I know people will say, so you feel bad for him? No, I don't, because once he got convicted in jail, basically, and you think, oh, you still got that thing, oh, he's a fucking psycho, but you feel bad for him. No. The thing what happened is, he become like a tragedy that everyone, loves him, and he basically being cocky and bragging about it too, which I thought, God, you fucking hot monster, know what I mean? Again, paper type for the sale, he's a monster. And then you got like the fact, like there's another thing too I love a put in this too, is the media too, because the media try to make money out of this. Again, I get it, but at the same time, the victims there, not just victim of family loved ones, but victim of that hotel, basically, that flat, basically, with all the people who's, who really smell death, basically, especially a neighbour who hates on the guns and no one listens to her, and basically making money on that, and basically the victims are fighting against that too. And the thing is, I know people are going to say, oh, they're being petty. Yeah, there's one scene that it was like being petty. I did a scene where they were willing to take Dahmer's pay tech, basically. You get like 25 cents an hour. They want a piece of that too. But at the same time, if you're one of the victims, would you do that to him? Would you make his life in hell? Which I fucking would too. So I love they put all that in there, you know what I mean? I did a lot more in there too. I fucking love it. So now, man, before I go to my final four, I got one narrative, which is not a bad thing, but at the same time, I wish it cut it down a bit. It's the first episode, which I know loads are going to watch the first episode thinking, basically the first episode is basically Dahmer trying to get his last victim in and the victim escapes, you know what I mean? But it is so extended, you know what I mean? Like, it could either cut that down like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. No, it used the whole episode based on that, you know what I mean, basically. That's my only narrative, but all the rest is so amazing. So, let's get to my final thoughts. My final thoughts of this series is, it is, to me, the best way to listen to the story of Dahmer, Jeffrey Dahmer, as if you're into serial killers, you're into, I'm not saying that way that you'll be a conversation. I mean, you want to know their story and why they do it, and you're in stuff like that. Which I'm into that too, and this is the best way to listen to the Jeffrey Dahmer story. Going through his head at the same time, not just Jeffrey Dahmer, the victims of over it too. So, and the victim families too, and the media around it too. So, this is the best way to watch it to me. I know it's a series, but trust me, it is the best way to watch it. So if I go rank this, it's a 9 out of 10. It's a must watch for any, crime fans or serial killers, bio fans. You know what I mean? Seriously, watch this series. It is a good watch. So my question today is, what do you think of the series? Do you like it or do you hate it? I like to hear it in the comments. And also, if you like this review, please leave a like. And also, if you want to see more in the future, please subscribe to my channel. This has been a Brit Who Cares. See you on the next one.